got a standing 8. So, yeah, you don't want to just stay there and take knees to the arms regardless, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now that we're coming into the third and final round, if you're Coach Rich Perquecho, are you telling your fighter that you have to go for broke now to try to finish this fight?
I would say, I mean, if he wins this round, I would say it's probably a draw. I think he probably did win the first round. But I would say he's just got to get in mid-range and turn it into a boxing fight. Don't let him clinch, you know?
Though that first round was tight.
It was tight. It was tight.
So are you going to rely on
No,
that
you can't
thought,
rely on that
or
for
do
sure.
you have to stress the sense of urgency?
But
I was
see,
close to a knee
here he
slipping
is
right
doubling
through the head.
over again. Oh, wait.
Big dump sweep right there.
Yeah, it seems like TJ Click's finding a solution for the problem.
Now also, Rafa, with the way that sweeps are scored, it's kind of dependent on how much it impacts the opponent, right? Like a sweep where it just kind of takes them off the feet, that doesn't really weigh too heavily on the score. But if you see someone kind of, it takes them a second to get back up, that's kind of more of a damaging sweep, right? In terms of a judge's interpretation, is that fair to say?
And it tires your opponent out too, right? Having to get up and stuff. It takes... You know, you don't realize it because you just get up every day of your life, but when you're in the middle of a fight, like, it actually takes a good bit of energy to build your whole body back up to basically standing position, you know?
Is that a knockdown scored off of the counter on the Superman punch?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think it was a
Is that or is it fatigue?
I think it was a little bit of fatigue, but it was hard to tell. It looked like it could have been a shot, just by the way he was standing up.
He did get touched in the process.
Yeah,
but how
he did.
much? You know? Oh! And it is all over. Huge knockout by TJ Click.
Beautiful stuff. And see, that tells me I think he did get hurt on that first one. I did think the way he was getting up was a little weird, but obviously with that head kick, I think it's safe to say he did get hurt on that one shot.
Yeah, and again, it's tough to say, right? Because he slipped in the process, but he did get touched. Yeah. And then we also just saw him look a little bit labored, just fatigue-wise, getting up from the sweep previously. And then also factor in all of the body shots from the knees and the clinch
100%.
Throughout the course of the contest. Yeah. All of that is, when we start talking about the cumulative damage and working to the body, that's putting water in the basement,
For
right?
sure, 100%, yeah. Beautiful, and that head kick was very nice, very well timed. That was beautiful stuff.
And we are off to a blazing start here at 5280 Thai Fight Series 30 with a huge knockout by head kick from TJ Click.
And that was very good by TJ Click. Obviously some stuff to clean up, but that knockout itself was beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
And it's good to see that Gonzalez is back on his feet now, or excuse me, back to at least sitting up. Excuse me, Danny Valdez, my mistake on the name. We do have Doc Alex Constantinides right over the top of the action, making sure that he's all right here.
Yeah, when you see guys facepalm like that, that's not a very good sign. That's actually a pretty bad knockout.
Yeah, you definitely had the shutoff switch hit.
Yeah.
Because there's differences in types of knockouts too, right?
Sure.
You're going to have flash knockouts where you go down and you might have the eyes roll for a second, but as soon as you hit the canvas and maybe that impact from the canvas, or especially in the MMA realm, you get touched one more time and you almost wake back up.
Yeah.
It's almost like you got hit with a turbo booster like you go put on the car in the cold.
100%, yeah.
But when you go face down like that and you don't brace yourself in the process, that means that the brain completely shut off.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad sign. Your body's not trying to catch its balance, or even, like you said, post on the ground to not hit yourself. That's usually a pretty bad sign.
And it's a second impact that happens then too, right?
For
because
sure.
you go and you eat face down
100%.
without having any sort of brace.
Yeah, 100%.
And granted, it's a different combat sport, but the principle is the same. Big John McCarthy talked a lot about this on his show, and he's been on my show, The MMA Plug, and he talked about this as well. What he looks for in those.
Yeah.
But now to Big Norge for the official score.
Competitors, please.